We're not going to answer the question about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. You've got his number, and some of you talk to him, call him. I'm not responsible for Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. 90% of the people who were here, who expected to be here, are here. That's what matters. Whoever is not here was not supposed to be here from the beginning. So you are not going to reduce this organization to some individual without him. He's not here. I heard people say he's here, he's doing this. He's not here.
And to contest elections, to win them and drive a radical social transformation agenda that can serve the interests of the majority.
Guys, ready for Chris Brown? Some breezy. Oh. Baby, does he do it for you?
Oh my god!
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 Oh
my god!
Okay. Oh. Okay. We're about to see Chris Brown.
Let's come down.
Hey, what's going on, peeps? Welcome to it, man. It's another episode of the Free Ride Podcast. And of course, this has been a busy weekend. Let me tell you, man, the SACP had their own conference. The MKP had celebrated their birthday, 1 year birthday celebration at Moses Mabhida this past Sunday. And over the weekend, also EFF held its NPA, National People Assembly. And of course, this is where Julius Malema has been re-elected unopposed for a third time in the row. And of course, others, leaders were elected into top positions. And of course, Godrich Gadi has made it through as deputy president. And we know that the current SG made it back as the secretary general. And of course, the deputy secretary was also announced, as well as the treasurer. And of course, no sign of Mbuyiseni Ndlozi has been cited. And of course, we also heard from Julius Malema when he responded about the whereabouts of Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. And of course, this is what he had to say. And let me take you through what happened over the weekend in more detail. But I first want you to hear what Malema said about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. Not cool, Malema. Not cool at all.
We're not going to answer the question about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. You've got his number, and some of you talk to him, call him. I'm not responsible for Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. 90% of the people who were here, who expected to be here, are here. That's what matters. Whoever is not here was not supposed to be here from the beginning. So you are not going to reduce this organization to some individual without him. He's not here. I heard people say he's here, he's doing this. He's not here. He's not here. And it's not our interest to entertain such nonsense. It's not our interest. We're dealing with political issues here, not egoism, not people who think they are bigger than this organization. It will show them once again that it's bigger than all of them. So we as a matter of principle, SG and policy position, we're no longer going to answer any nonsense about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. Never. When a journalist asks you that question, you must say, ask another question. You can be smarter than that. Ask something else. This matter is closed. You can talk about it amongst yourselves, but don't bring it to us. We are refusing that. Don't do that. Don't reduce the whole ideological political report to Sunday world gossip, because that's what they thrive on. And we know what is the relationship of Sunday World, its owners and Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. We don't want to talk about it. Don't push us. Don't push us. We know Mbuyiseni Ndlozi's friendship with the owner of Sunday World. And by that extension, we know his relationship with Sunday World.
To think that Mbuyiseni Ndlozi used to be the former spokesperson of the EFF, he was really up there. He was leading in Limpopo. I think he was deployed as National Command Team member. It's sort of like the National Command Team is like the what do you call this thing? The NEC of the EFF. And it turns out that he was not even elected into the top structure. Now, let me tell you what happened. Yesterday, being on a Sunday, Mbuyiseni Ndlozi he sent out a tweet saying, "Congratulations to the newly elected leadership. We wish them strength and wisdom. We remember the duty to always conduct ourselves honestly, honorably in dealing with the EFF and the broader public. May you lead us with dignity." That's what Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. It says, "Asina mona, asina nzondo, pila, noguphakathi." And of course, there's a list of the National Command Team members who have made it through to the top positions. And of course, people that I can see that I recognize. I see people like Sinawo Tambo, Sengiwe Mkalipi, which is a female. She's number 1. I see people like Rebecca Moshala, Vuyani Pambo is at number 13. Okay, there's quite a lot of people here, but I'm not going to go through. I'll probably just list the names here so that you can see. I also saw people like Naledi Chirwa. Naledi Chirwa is now at number 42. If you remember her, she was made to buy gazebos. She was made to apologize. She was trending a couple of months ago, and of course she was threatened, and she was going to lose her parliamentary position. But now she's back right here on the EFF National Commands list. And so let me take you through what happened with the SACP quickly, briefly, now that I've spoken about the EFF. Congratulations to them. And of course, a third NPA, which means that unlike other parties like Action SA hasn't had any national conference, so there is no election of leaders. There's just a selection of leaders. The PA, Patriotic Alliance, doesn't seem like they are going to have a national conference anytime soon, because there again, people do not get elected. They get chosen by Gayton McKenzie and Kenny, who then decide who then becomes part of their, let's say, like their NEC type or their National Steering Committee. They select who they want to be at whatever position. So, and of course, the MKP has not had a national conference, and they have said, they are not going to have any national conference. They are not going to choose leaders via elections. They are going to select leaders. Okay. And of course, there are other parties that have not had any internal democracy type of elections or conferences. Where I don't remember the last time the UDM had a conference. I don't remember how long it's been for a party like the IFP to select or have an election where leaders are being selected. And of course, we don't know how parties like Rise Mzansi are going to have conferences. BOSA are not going to have a conference. I think it's just they are not going to elect any leaders. There is no internal democracy there. The head honchos are the ones that decide with a couple of people who they choose. Okay, so I'm going to stop right here with the EFF and the conferences of the parties. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the SACP. So let's take a listen.
And to contest elections, to win them and drive a radical social transformation agenda that can serve the interests of the majority of our people in this country, not the interests of the minority few, white, racist, and capitalist. We had indicated to the ANC that we have taken a decision to contest local government election as a Communist Party. So officially and formally, now this has been communicated with the ANC. So one of the discussions in the January meeting will also be to attend to this matter.
Just on the SACP, right, there's been numerous headlines. The first one says, SACP says unacceptable. The DA has 6 GNU ministerial portfolios while the SACP only has 1, which happens to be Blade Nzimande. And Mondli Makanya has written an article, of course, saying that the SACP silly blinkers blind them to the reality of the GNU. And of course, the SACP is not happy with the arrangement that the ANC has made with the DA, together with other parties forming what they call the GNU. But they go on to say that this is not a GNU, it's a grand coalition between the ANC and the DA, and they've just included other parties to it, people like the PA and other parties that are forming part of the GNU. Mbeki calls on the SACP to engage in national dialogue as tripartite alliance fight for the spot. And of course, they're fighting for the survival. Former ANC President Thabo Mbeki has called on South African Communist Party to actively participate in the upcoming national dialogue to address the plight of the working class, but the SACP remains determined to pursue its autonomy. Speaking at the SACP's 5th Special National Congress in Boksburg on Saturday, Mbeki said it was important for the alliance partners to collaborate in tackling shared problems and shaping the future of the country. The Congress, which brought together over 570 delegates representing 37,000 members nationwide, anonymously supported Mbeki to mobilize grassroots memberships for the dialogue scheduled to take place in 2025. The initiative has been organized by a coalition of foundations associated with former anti-apartheid leaders, including Nelson Mandela, Ahmed Kathrada, while the National Economic Development and Labour Council, NEDLAC, will play a critical role in facilitating the discussions. So Mbeki spoke at length at the COSATU conference that took place over that weekend. And the South African Communist Party says it will contest against the ANC in the upcoming local government elections, a move that threatens to fracture the tripartite alliance. So they say they will contest against the ANC in the upcoming local government elections, a move that threatens to fracture the tripartite alliance. The decision announced during the party's 4-day national conference in Johannesburg sets the stage for significant political shift that could end long-standing partnerships between the two organizations. Despite being regarded as a political vanguard of the working class, the SACP has yet to secure the backing of Labour Federation COSATU in its decision to run independently. COSATU Deputy President Mike Shingange said that the Federation's leadership has noted the SACP's decision, but any support would ultimately depend on its membership. While the SACP has stated it will remain within the ANC-led alliance for now, tensions have escalated significantly. According to the SACP, the ANC's refusal to treat the party as an equal partner in the alliance and its decision to form a coalition with the DA after the May general elections have deepened the divisions. SACP General Secretary Soli Mapaila said the party would no longer back down on its decision to contest elections independently. We aren't leaving the relationship, but we are freeing ourselves from the abuse, he says. We'll now engage independently as an organization, and therefore, comrades, because of these challenges we are going through will require maximum unity with the SACP structures. We've said to our comrades in all the provinces that we are no longer discussing whether or not to contest elections. we are past that stage. Since South Africa's first democratic elections in 1994, the SACP played a key role in mobilizing support for the ANC. However, the Reds' growing dissatisfaction with the ANC leadership and policies have led to this turning point. So that is what is going down with the SACP in a brief commentary about what's happening in South Africa's politics at the moment. Lastly, I'll talk about the much anticipated, the most walked out, the most it was anticipated. I mean, people were all looking at the MKP's first celebrations at Moses Mabhida, but this is what went down. Stay tuned and watch till the end.
Yo, but bomkhonto mina ngazi ukuthi media insobhuthasha noma iqiniso lento engiyibonayo. You guys, the stadium is very empty. I'll try attach the video that I saw. The stadium is empty, and this was like a post of 1 hour ago. Isn't it that you guys are supposed to be starting very soon? And is it because what's the reason why is it because you guys don't have enough support, or it's because other provinces were not invited? Not invited per se. It's not like they're not invited, but you didn't provide transport for them, or it's because of you guys chose the wrong weekend. People just came back from a concert. Yeah, Chris Brown, especially Joburg people. Last year we were last night about Chris Brown. But lapho bakhona bana bafuna mix balele bashawa sisiklamatlam. They couldn't even come there. We still traumatized and paralyzed by the top 6 year EFF, because I was even checking on Twitter. You guys are not even close to trending. You are not even close to trending. Umuntu trenda lapha Chris Brown, alandelo uNdlozi, alandelo ulo Mawuto khona lapho, alandelo uGodrich. Guys, nike phikenza kalani? Come on, bakwazi mkhonto. Yenzani into yeni trend man. Come on. How? The stadium is also empty. Is it empty valley? Kenzakalani? I thought you guys, you are the it. You're the it thing. Kenzakalani? Why are people not there? Guys, it's not easy. This stadium. It's not easy, guys. I guess this will make for us to respect each other. You know, sihloniphane. Because wow. Let's see the video.
Namhlanje sihlangene la njengoba sengizwile ukuzogubha unyaka umkhonto wesizwe usunguliwe, umkhonto wesizwe party. Kunezizathu ezabangela ukuthi senze lokho. Engithemba ukuthi iningi lethu liyazazi, kade sasikhuluma. Kodwa izinto okufanele besingayikhohlwa uma sikhuluma ngokuthi hlangana ndlemnyama. Siyokhumbula ukuthi ngemva kwempi eyayinkulu la eSouth Africa Ukuthiwa yamangisi namabhunu. Yalwa isikhathi eside. Athela inqobeka khona amabhunu namangisi bavumelana ukuthi bayohlangana le phezulu kwelibandayo bayoxoxa ukuthi njengoba kade belwa nje bazophila kanjani ngemva kwalokho bazohlala kanjani. Kuningi ababekukhuluma lapho njengeyinqumo zeyivumelwano phakathi kwamabhunu namangisi, kodwa okubalulekile kuleyo nkulumo ukuthi amangisi athi emabhunweni noma sesilwe kangaka sabulalana kangaka, kodwa sikhumbule into eyodwa ukuthi sibamhlophe thina mangisi namabhunu.
So it turns out that the MK had their celebration on Sunday, the 16th of December. And of course, this is where they celebrated their first birthday. And we congratulate them and we say, congratulations, Malala. Congratulations to the MKP. You guys have really been a new kid on the block who shocked everyone, who happened to surprise everybody. You underplayed, overplayed, strategized. And I think to hit the coffin on the nail was really when Jacob Zuma started recruiting from the EFF, taking away Floyd Shivambu and the others who joined, you know them. And of course, bringing heartache and pain to Julius Malema. But let me tell you a little bit about what happened on Sunday in case you didn't watch it. It was billed to be the mother of all political gatherings, but Umkhonto were failed to live up to that expectation. The party secretary, Floyd Shivambu, had earlier in the week promised that MKP supporters would swell Durban's Moses Mabhida Stadium. He went as far as saying the party would only transport its KwaZulu-Natal supporters to the venue, believing that they will fill it. Apart from the buses, we have organized to ferry people in all corners of the province. A train service will also be available for comrades around Umlazi and other townships. Shivambu said he was speaking about the party's readiness for the celebration. So, it turns out that the stadium was empty, half empty. Despite running 3 hours behind schedule, the crowd just did not show up. The party leader, Jacob Zuma, had to deliver his speech to a half-empty stadium. Leading to the main celebration, the MKP had crisscrossed across KZN, hosting what it termed mini rallies to drum up support, mainly where it had recorded landslide victories. In some regions, once considered ANC strongholds, the MKP came out tops with the biggest share of the vote. Zuma had also pulled in throngs of supporters where he addressed the gatherings in KwaXimba near Kato Ridge. This ward had traditionally been a stronghold of the ANC. Less than 30,000 supporters eventually showed up at the 56,000-seater Moses Mabhida. So, Chris Brown pulled more people to his concert than MK pulled its people to its one-year celebration. He pulled 95,000 people on Saturday and he pulled just under 90,000 people on Sunday. I'm just saying. I'm not comparing Chris to MKP. I'm just saying in terms of numbers and stadium capacities and filling up of the stadium, Chris Brown did a better job than the MKP. All right. So maybe the heat wave must have been to blame. It appeared that the scorching Durban heat, coupled with the withdrawal of the train service, contributed to the poor turnout. The not-so-good crowd did not dampen Zuma's enthusiasm. Instead, he doubled down on his bold statements that his party would win several key municipalities in the country in the future, and he included eThekwini municipality the economic superpower of KwaZulu-Natal as a prospective conquest. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's the poo in the water, maybe ke metsi a feili that runs into the ocean, maybe it's sewer water that's going into the Durban beaches. Maybe that's why people didn't go. Maybe plus that, plus the heat, maybe that's why people didn't show up. I don't know. What do you think? Jacob Zuma said there are 4 years left before we vote again, and we take what is ours and fix our country. Are you with me? Stop acting like it will take 10 years. We need to work now so we can bring back the power. And Zuma ranted about the party being robbed of its 2/3 majority in the 29th of May election. So he pretty much said something similar to what he said in Ekurhuleni when they celebrated the first birthday in Ekurhuleni in Vosloorus. So nothing much has changed. But the party scored the biggest vote share, if you didn't know, in KZN with 45.3%. It was, however, muscled out of power through an unholy alliance between the ANC, IFP and DA and the NFP. Unholy alliance, according to Jacob Zuma, because this is the GNU which they do not agree with. All right, so the MKP is bowed to being the majority party in KZN. The Umkhonto weSizwe used its first anniversary celebration to convince its supporters that it will be the government in 2029. Addressing the party supporters from all over the province, party president and former head of state Jacob Zuma called in all the supporters and also supporters of Floyd Shivambu from his home province Limpopo are expected to switch their alliance from the EFF to the MKP, which has announced him as the national organizer. Shivambu resigned as EFF deputy president to join MKP, and insiders this week told Sunday World that a faction is brewing. So there you have it. There you have it. There you have it, my people. Congratulations to all the parties that had parties over the weekend during a Chris Brown parties and after parties that took place around Johannesburg and Soweto. And that's it for the weekend wrap. And this is how I say Dumelang, good afternoon, and thank you for watching. Continue watching and sharing. Like and subscribe. Tell everybody about this channel. We're about to blow it up. 2025, here we come. And of course, I'll be bringing you more updates as we wrap up 2024, man. It's been a fantastic year, full of challenges. Oh my God. My God, it's been full of challenges. I cannot begin to talk about the problems that I've encountered, that you may have encountered, that South Africa has encountered in this year. But we'll do a year wrap up towards the end of the year, just to look at some of the interesting events, activities, moments that stole our hearts, broke our hearts, broke the internet. In 2024, we'll look at those towards the end of the year. So this is our saying my goodbye. Peace.
Are you a quad? What was I gonna say? They're sitting down. Oh damn. So sunblock, I hate you. Well, God. Oh my God, bro! Oh my God! Shorty! My God! Approach! Where Chris Breezy was, bro? Chris Breezy was in here, bro! He's gonna be here! He was in there, bro! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my gosh! Oh my God! Oh my gosh! Oh my God! Oh my God! Okay. Oh. Okay. We're about to see Chris Brown. Let's come down.
Guys, ready for Chris Brown? Some breezy. Oh.
you, oh baby, nothing of it.
Well,
Baby, does he do it for you? When he's finished, does he step back in and do it? You busca, gotta go see it's obvious. It's obvious. I'm saying, tryna. You see when I pull up in my tips, the way that I make it done.
FND Stadium only. I click on
yeah.
We're here, y'all. We're here.
Can I walk with you, girl?
Stadium.
There is a stand. You're almost there, girls. Yes. It's a humongous stadium.
Have you ever traveled on a yacht celebration? Tell me, have you ever seen a star shoot a person nice half a seat to the ace with the RS? Yeah, I know you like it, baby, just say it. I know I might sound a little out there, but the South of France, I'm trying to take you.
You gotta be walk today, girls. See how big the stadium is? You're gonna have fun. Yeah.